Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Air Force Rocket League Week 13. Insane to think that we've made it 13 weeks and only things are just now starting to fall apart. But lessons learned for Season 2. We did expect Season 1 to be a little longer just to kind of iron out those kinks. So appreciate those teams that have kind of stuck with us this far. With me today, I have a special commentator. He is one that we've been talking about recently, and it's Big Whiskey from Team Minot. Big Whiskey, you want to do some greetings? Say hi to everybody out there.
Hello, everyone. Big Whiskey. I play with Team Minot. I recently took over the base rep spot and gave Real JPEG the team captain spot. So it's a pleasure to be here today, helping out, of course, the illustrious LT. My team will unfortunately not be playing today, so I'll be able to commentate with you all, and hopefully I can do a good job.
All right, with that being said, we are actually, one second. We are having issues with one of the teams. One of their players is having an issue with an update. So we will be skipping to round 2 first. If we can get a lobby actually created. We're having issues right now. It keeps loading in and then dropping me back to the main menu. Gotta love Rocket League. Thanks, Psyonix and Epic. Your transition has been amazing so far.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm
So
actually going to look
today,
right now.
yeah, it's
But
keeps dropping. I know they were having issues with it yesterday as well. So today we got second, if we can get it up and running, will be Maxwell versus Aviano B. Should be the first game we do. All again pending we can actually create damn match. There we go. All right. So match is up. Now we are going to send out the blast to the teams. Where is it? All right, cool. So server's up. Now we're just gonna wait on the teams. From a player's perspective, Whiskey, what do you think about the two teams going at it? Maxwell being second place right now in the group standings, looking to take it that second seed going into the final stage. Aviano B not too far behind, but there's definitely a skill gap between the two. So, what are your thoughts? What are you expecting to see during this best of 3 between the
right.
two teams?
Well, clearly Maxwell's a powerhouse. I mean, they proved that time and time again. But with Aviano B being kind of the underdogs here, the way the skill gaps work, the more skill you get, the less there is to improve and the more is to perfect. So the people who are the underdogs can actually kind of do like a light year jump in skill and close that gap quicker. So as we move on to the later rounds of the tournament here, you're going to see teams get better and better and better, and they may be able to close that gap as long as they're practicing hard. So today, maybe we'll see the fruits of that labor, that training, as clearly we saw with the Minot and Barksdale A game, able to take a match off Barksdale A, which no one expected, but anything can happen in these. So I'm actually really excited to see this match today.
And you mentioned that skill gap, and over the course of 13 weeks so far, from a commentator side and seeing how we all started off, Maxwell and Barksdale A, Minot was up there at one point. You guys were up there, and then just seeing that you started off, Maxwell and Barksdale A started off heavy hitters. They've continued to stay heavy hitters throughout the entire season, but as the point spread started to differ and the teams started to kind of take those positions, we've seen those lower seeded teams. We've seen the improvement. Dias started out a little on the low side, and then as the season progressed, as they practiced a little more, We saw the increase in skill. We saw even the ranks go up in general in ranked play. Other teams like Langley, they've had the same thing happen. Like a Boss and Torrico, two of the, I would say, probably most improved players so far in the series. Not quite to that level of Maxwell and Aviano B or Maxwell and Barksdale yet, but the fact that they've improved so far over the season is phenomenal. I'm actually really happy to see it, because that was part of this, was just, you can go in and grind rank all day long, right? You're going to get frustrated. Ranked is ranked. We all understand that. But to be able to play in a setting like this where it's a tournament aspect, it's not something that everybody gets to do all the time. With the
Right.
new Rocket League coming out, that may be the case. With the new tournament structure in place. So this is just Air Force versus Air Force. This is base versus base. This is for the bragging rights to say, Barksdale sits on top or Maxwell sits on top, and so on and so forth. So we do have our 8 players in the lobby. So let's go ahead and jump into spectator mode. We'll give them the cue to start. Okay. There was a message from one of the players. Give them the cue to start, and then we'll head to the field and check it out as the players take the field for the first game of the best of 3. Again, Aviano A will be on blue side, Langley on B, as you can see for the banners up top. Looking to see how this servers or the kickoff's going to go in the way of Maxwell to start off with a quick shot by Glassify and a follow-up by Deathwish.
Amazing. Right off the bat, we got Glassify winning the kickoff here. And then his teammate comes in, sees that gap, and just punches right through it and making a great goal.
The pressure's out from... I did it again. Look at this. All right, hold on.
We'll see if they can
sorts of stuff
respond here.
happening.
Really taking it to the corner, applying pressure here to the blue team. We got a nice pinch coming over the top. J Doubles is able to clear it. See if Glassify can set up his team for mid. Looks like they're applying pressure back in the orange side, and we got a goal from J Doubles right off the bat. That is a response
tying
right
goal.
there.
Nice. That's what you want to see, especially going up against a team like Maxwell. You want to be able to, put the pressure on net. You want to get those goals, even it up at the beginning, just to show them you're not messing around.
Exactly. You can't let a good team take momentum away from you because they'll just squeeze you into a defensive position.
Speaking of defensive positions, I've mentioned a lot over the last few weeks. We see teams that once they have that offensive pressure, but where they lack is that defensive rotation. They start getting pressured on the defensive side of things, and you just see them clam up, and they have a hard time rotating out, trying to actually put on, basically reversing the pressure.
Exactly.
But then again, teams like Maxwell are good at that. Just constantly put the pressure on the net, prevent you from getting that counterattack. So what the defensive team needs to look at is, as they're rotating that defensive side, they need to keep track of where the other team is at. See if you can get that boom clear just to ease off the pressure. Do they have their third player up? Are they playing too close? That's the kind of stuff that defense needs to look at instead of just booming the ball away.
Exactly. And as the whole time you were talking there, we were seeing that live. The Glassify there was putting on major pressure on the blue sides and that, but it looks like they got a good pinch clear. So we're back to kind of a neutral standpoint here. Oh, and a double commit there, but it works out for Deathwish, getting a great goal on the blue side. Seems blue team was just unable to save that one.
I just had my mic muted because my daughter came up to me. But yeah, we saw Chrome Ace in the background. He was on that back post. He just wasn't able to get there fast enough. And Deathwish putting another goal in. They're now up to just under 2 minutes into the game.
It's starting to seem like there might be a kickoff discrepancy here. Looks like they're getting the advantage on kickoff, and it's paying dividends for him.
Let's take a look. So we are playing on East. That is going to be a server disadvantage for Aviano B. As you can see, the ping isn't horrible, but you're going to suffer some kind of server disadvantage. And that was one thing we decided to try and keep it fair. So after this match, going into the second game, it will rotate to a Europe server. So we try to give each team a fair advantage in one way or another. Because Aviano is the only overseas base currently playing in the league, we all kind of chipped in, and all the representatives were asked if it was okay to host a game, and kind of back and forth.
We got another goal right there from Your Death Wish. As we were talking about it, we're seeing it live right now. Unfortunately, Maxwell's putting so much pressure, they're kind of at a standstill as to how to get this ball cleared. Maxwell properly applying pressure here. We'll see how this kickoff goes.
The shot, Grilly's up early for it. He got the touch, but off the wheels.
J Doubles goes
Wasn't
for a
able.
nice backward clear there. Fortunately, able to boom it back out.
And you can see Aviano B getting kind of cluttered up there. This is what we were just talking about earlier, that defensive side of things. They start clamming up. And then Maxwell sees that, so now they're just going to keep throwing pressure on the net, try to prevent Aviano B from squaring up, essentially.
Looks like we got some pressure here now on Maxwell's side. We'll see how Aviano could take advantage of this. Or Death Wish juggling it midair, trying to get to that corner spot for his teammates. Gets taken out from Icky Bobby. Death Wish is going to be dreamless to this side. Perhaps go for an air dribble here. It flicks it to the backboard. Hopefully team can follow up. Grilly there for the shot. We got a 5-1
situation.
situation.
Didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure that was Death Wish. He flicked it and then decided to actually go for the bump on J Doubles. So
really smart play there. Take out the defender. Gives them an open net for a free shot.
J Doubles unable to do anything in the back of the net there, with Death Wish come flying in, looking for that bump in the net.
Yeah, in this situation there where the opponent who's air dribbling, you need someone to go up and then challenge that ball. You cannot give them the entire space there. As you saw, that's what happens.
A little bit of pressure coming out from Aviano B finally. Are they going to keep with it? Ike Bobby's going to turn around, center it. J Doubles was back, but I believe he got bumped by Death Wish, because that could have been a shot. He was in the right place to do so. Ike Bobby and Chrome Ace rotating back now.
Well,
one of the things I'm noticing... Sorry, go ahead.
No,
one of the things I'm noticing... So used to doing this by myself.
Hey, you're no problem. All right, go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say the one thing I'm noticing, and I've said this before, is when it does come to clears, most of the offense isn't checking to see where the defense is at. So a lot of times they'll get these boom clears when they don't necessarily need to. This could potentially end at a goal, not going to.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the thing you touched on last week, where you don't necessarily always just want to boom it and get it out there. That's the not panicking in the pressure situation. Oh, classified score there. We're going to be making this 6-1, really pouring it on. This is going to be hard going into the second match with all that momentum on the Maxwell side.
This is a perfect example right here. So Aviano was panicking a little bit with the amount of pressure, but you saw two of the teammates from Maxwell went up together. That was a double commit on their side. All Aviano had to do was get a decent clear, even to midfield, and they could have caught Maxwell out. But the amount of pressure that Maxwell's pushing out right now, I don't know. It doesn't look like Aviano B is able to actually do anything about it. So Maxwell taking the first game.
Taking the first game. Let's take a look at the stats here. We got an incredible amount of shots on goal there. That shows right there who had the momentum the whole game. J Double's doing a Herculean effort with 5 saves, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to hold on. Hopefully going to the next game they can do a mental reset and get back to basics.
Yeah. So we're going to take it back to the commentator screen as we try and set up the second private match for the game 2. This one will be rotating to, as I said earlier, the Europe side of things. This will give Aviano, there it is, You're gonna have to leave that game there. Big.
I'm on it.
There we go. This will give Aviano a little bit of heads up. That's not Joe Blue. That would be Big Whiskey, my friend.
No, thank you.
But this will give Aviano a little bit of heads up. So mostly what the ping disadvantage comes down to is depending on the ping, it's going to be more 50-50 based. Good lord.
Right. Right. When you have that big ping discrepancy, if you're looking at 100 ms or more, you're looking at more of a prediction rather than reactionary game style, because you have to be able to act beforehand. Obviously, as the ping goes back and forth, server's going to register hits that aren't necessarily there, so you can't react on the spot to it. So it's going to be more of a methodical approach, more of a thinking approach as you go into the game with ping not being on your side.
I can tell you from past experience, it is a little awkward playing on an EU server from the East. I do know for a fact that most of our Aviano players do tend to play on the East servers as well. So they understand, they have a better grasp of what it's like to play on the other side, as opposed to most of us in the States. How often do we play on EU servers? I rarely ever play on EU servers, if ever. So they do have that upper hand as far as understanding how the ball is going to react when it comes to the ping side of things.
Exactly. That adjustment of constantly playing in a disadvantageous state may just give them a leg up here. So hopefully it works out, and we can see the fruits of the labor, so to speak.
Everybody's mistaking you for Joe.
Sorry.
I love it.
I'm just going to boost his reputation. No big deal.
Maybe one day we'll get the notorious Joe Pickle Bob on stream.
Just want everyone to know one day. Bob is a monster of a man. So
this is not Joe. This is Big Whiskey from Team Minot. We're waiting on one team. Okay, I'm getting word from one of the teams that we had a crash on the side of Rocket League and computer. So
with this new update, I've had quite a few crashes myself unexpectedly. So fortunately, we just have to deal with the technical difficulties as they come. Pretty excited though to see this second match and see if Aviano is able to reset their mental state, which is probably the biggest challenge when you go into kind of a big loss. You take a big loss like that, it can really mess you up. Then you'll start going for stuff you don't normally go for, start playing a little bit scared, maybe a little more hesitant. And unfortunately, like, the thing your body wants to do the most is to clam up in like a self-defense. And what you have to actually do to get out of that is you have to start doing the opposite, be more aggressive, push your opponents on the back foot, make sure that you're not clamming up, because if you clam up, the better team's going to expose the cracks in your defense, as we saw in the first game, and they're going to take advantage of it. So hopefully they can come in here, do a mental reset, and hope we get a good game and maybe go into a game 3 situation.
Absolutely. Gotta love a good game 3. We've seen a few of them. Not so many overtime game 3s yet, though. Those I'm still looking forward to. Hopefully, we'll actually start seeing those come the final stage once we get to the upper seeded brackets playing against each other. But until then, we have one more week. Let me just make sure. So, yes, week 13. So, next week will be the last week for the group stage. That will be the final seeding games, and then we'll be setting up for the final stage. The final stage will take place over 2 weekends. That is a lot of games to play. Or no, I'm sorry. We're looking at a Saturday and a Sunday, potentially, for the final stage for Rocket League. Time will be determined. We're going to have to reach out with all the teams, find out when the best way to do it is. Also taking into account that we have the League of Legends season that plays on Saturdays as well. So that will be upcoming. That it's going to get interesting.
Right, I'm very excited to go into the final rounds here. Maybe get another crack at the Barksdale A Maxwell situation. Just speaking from a Team Minot perspective. So really curious how that play out, and then of course excited to set up for the second season. I got a lot of potentials who have been waiting kind of in the wings, practicing, showing interest, staying faithful, if you will. Hopefully we can get additional teams playing, so really excited for the future of this. Pretty good first season, a lot of participation. Hopefully we can bump that up into season number 2.
All right, the players are taking the field, or they're joining. So let's tell them to take the field, and we'll head down to the field and get this game 2 underway on a EU server.
Hopefully Aviano can come out and make a statement right off the bat. That'd be pretty much the perfect, ideal situation for them. It looks like Glassify's taking it over to their side immediately right off the bat.
J Double's looking for that cheeky touch. Is going to head towards the corner. Ooh. Wasn't on target, but I think Glassify would have been there to actually save it regardless.
It looks like we're applying pressure to Maxwell's side. This is great for Aviano. Oh, beautiful shot. Deathwish unable to clear it and save it. J Doubles with the score.
So the ping on Maxwell isn't the worst we've seen. They're sitting about an average of 120, which is usually average for these servers on the private side. I've been told by the Aviano side that typically the ranked side, like the actual servers, when it comes to East-West Europe, are a lot better when it comes to ranked than it is for like private matches.
Right, we're seeing some pressure being returned here from Maxwell. Kind of had it over there on Aviano's side for a little bit. Glassify able to clear it over to their side, though. Deathwish popping into backboard, see if his teammate can follow up. Unable to. Chromie's able to just clear it all the way over the side. He's going to take it to the corner, see if he can get it past the opponent here. It looks like we have some ping coming out from Icky Bobby. Unfortunately, this has some packet loss on the scoreboard. Nice flick by J Doubles. Looks like Really's going to be able to take it low.
This could be a deadly touch on Aviano's part. Deathwish already up. I think he was going for that cheeky pass to, what was that, Glassify, it looked like. Seeing if they could redirect it into the corner.
Yeah, but Really there was just buying some time for his teammates to collect boost as he popped it off the backboard there. Now that they got boost, looks like they're going to be looking for an attack here. Really popping it up for Deathwish, cleared by J Doubles.
It seems the biggest advantage Maxwell has currently is it's more so speed than mechanics, really. Maxwell is definitely a lot faster to the ball. Their rotation is a little better. Being able to be in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, but eventually all those 50-50 challenges add up one after another, and then the momentum will be pushed to one side of the field, and that's when your defense comes into play. You got to keep that cool mind. It's all about the mental state in this game. As we all know, Rocket League is a major momentum-based game. Looks like we might have a breakaway here, but Really's going to put it up to the top. He only has 7 boosts, though, so he has to come back down. Deathwish is going to be dribbling it to their side. Icky Bobby clears it, thankfully. Glassify's going for a... Oh, and J Doubles couldn't save it. He went for the aerial attack. J Doubles got a little put on the back foot here because he got bumped right in the back. Glassify with the breakout, able to get that nice angle. Now we're at a 1-1 tied game. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Tying it up. Again, looking for Aviano to hopefully tie up the series, take us into a best of 3. J Double's going to turn around, looking like he doesn't have very much boost left. That's going to be a shot on goal by Deathwish, who's just going to roll it straight in. There was a double commit there on Aviano.
Yeah, Deathwish was able to read that perfectly off of Aviano, and then he gets it past 2 defenders. Unfortunately, 2 defenders were in the same spot at the same time, and that's what happens when you commit 2 people to the same play. Ooh,
almost made that in was a nice shot by Death. Just short and high.
Yeah,
Opportunity for Aviano, but they're going to end up triple committing. And we got a bump there.
Looks like they're still safe, though. J-Doubles is able to get a decent flick. And then a demo onto Glassify, which opens up the defense. Oh my gosh, this is a slugfest right now. We got demos coming out left and right.
Maxwell looking like they've been working on not mechanics, but just driving into other cars. The amount of demos we've seen from Maxwell in the first game and this game so far, pretty sure this is the most demos we've seen from them yet. This could be trouble. As I think it was that Ike? Yeah, Ike decided he was gonna go up on the wall, changed his mind at the last minute, and then wasn't able to get to that ball.
Yeah, unfortunately puts his teammate in a bad position because you don't want to put two people in the same spot there. So he's just J-Doubles has to just sit there and kind of wait for his teammate to get out of the way. I don't know if Ike had any boost left to go up for that.
Situation like that, going on the wall was probably the best idea. It would have been hard for them to get it down. So being on the upside covers that the top half of the net.
Exactly. And then when the ball unfortunately went over to the net side, that's when the camera kind of gets in a weird state with the ball being directly above you, and it becomes really hard to save the ball at that point. Got another demo coming out from Grillian on J-Doubles, which means they're going to only have two defenders on blue side. They're going to be looking for an attack here.
Glassify going to try and go for a shot, but Deathwish, happening too fast.
Just saving everything right now. He's going for his third. This guy is an absolute monster.
J-Doubles is one of the ones we talk about the most for Aviano B. He's the mechanically skilled on the team. We've seen him try it a lot where he'll actually decide to opt for the dribble play instead of an aerial play. We've seen him beat out a couple of times, a few of the teams on dribble plays, and he's got the mechanics to do so. But as we close out game 2, it's going to go Maxwell's way.
But not uncontested, though. Aviano did a much better job this game. I wonder if nerves had a factor or if it was those kickoffs in game 1, but they had a much better showing this game. And I feel like the more they play this team, the better shot they're going to have. Clearly, they just showed that in game number 2.
Yes. This time we had 9 shots coming out of Maxwell with not as many saves as we saw in the first game. Only 1 save coming out of Aviano B for this second set. It's rough. It's a mindset. You lose that first game, and it's really hard to kind of bring yourself back. Even though there's an option for 2 more games potentially, you take that first loss, and it's really hard to kind of keep your mind right, because in the back of your mind, you're just like, well, they're better than us. You know, what can we do?
Right.
So with that being said,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're good.
And that scoreboard may not have shown it. I know in the first game we had a lot more saves on Aviano B side, but from watching the game, clearly you can tell Aviano B was doing a much better job that time. Unfortunately, sometimes the stats do not get recorded correctly. But they did much better that time. Not as many saves, but they were in a much better position, and they weren't losing at kickoffs nearly as much. So hopefully next time they can, give a little bit of better for showing. So good.
All right. With that being said, we're going to take it to a quick, break. We'll set up for the next lobby, get some stuff switched around. We're going to throw up a quick ad break. If you would stick around for that ad break, it does help with the revenue for the stream and the overall prize pool. All that cash from the subs, donations, all the biddies that I've been seeing fly around in chat, we appreciate them. All of that goes to the leagues. So stick around. We'll be right back with some more Rocket League. Don't go anywhere. live. Definitely said that after I hit the unmute button. God, I suck at this. All right, welcome back. So, Rocket League having its issues as always, more so in the last couple days than we have had in the past 15 weeks. We are moving on to match 3 for Barksdale A, Barksdale B. One of the members from the first match, surprise, surprise, is having issues with Rocket League. So, yeah. Moving on. Barksdale A, our current number 1 seeded team, will be taking on their little brothers, Barksdale B. And one of the people that we talked about as far as the most improved so far. This is Air Force. Question was asked in chat. This is Air Force, yes. So, going into it, I didn't change the names. Cool, but they should know where they're going. Yeah, let's just jump straight into the action. We've had a lot of stuff kind of happen in the last couple minutes, so not wait any longer.
Yeah, we apologize for the interruption, but with the update coming out and all that stuff, we're running into quite a bit of technical difficulties, so just gonna have to kind of bear with us, folks.
Let's take the field. Teams are ready. So Barksdale A in blue, Barksdale B, their little brothers, in orange. Barksdale A currently sitting top seed, getting ready to go into the finals. Barksdale B has been, if I had to say, probably one of the most improved teams overall. Coming from very little shots on net in games of 4, we've seen Like a Boss improve. But going up against a team with the caliber of Barksdale A currently, it might be a rough one for him for sure.
Yep, yeah, as you've been harping on kind of the past few weeks, Like a Boss, one of the most improved players here. But obviously when you're going against your big brothers, so to speak, you probably scrimmed them quite a bit, so might know you a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more of a difficult, challenge mentally, so.
Do we accept Navy players? Unfortunately, at this time, we do not. We are looking at potentially doing inter-service tournaments. One of the ones coming up will be Air Force versus Army. If you have a representative from the Navy that represents the, I believe Navy has an esports side of things, feel free to have them reach out and get in contact with us. We could definitely set something up.
Unfortunately, right while you're talking, we kind of saw a blunder there from Like a Boss. He had an open shot on net, and if you're a Rocket League player, you know open shots on net are some of the hardest to hit. And he kind of fumbles it a little bit, and misses the opportunity to tie up this game.
You would think open nets would be the easiest thing in Rocket League. However, like Whiskey said, that is not the case.
Blew another shot on net there, and now we're going to be in a 2-0 situation as he able to get it through.
So for the regulars that have kept up with the season, you may notice a new name on the Barksdale A side, Moo Moo Cow. That is our one and only talent who, yeah, there's no saying what he's going to do any given day.
It's kind of a wild card of the league.
Yeah, definitely the wild card.
He keeps the commentators on his toes.
He does.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of pressure from Barksdale A side here. Kind of just like last game, it looks like Barksdale A is kind of just hanging out, just slowly putting pressure on. Hopefully Barksdale B can respond with a nice shot on net, kind of wake him up a little bit. Tell him, hey, we're here, we want to win. You know, we're not going to let you just trample us, so.
Barksdale B being one of those teams that if enough pressure is applied, oh, what a demo coming out by Like a Boss.
There we go.
Blue was caught sleeping. Not sure what he was doing.
I might have a future. I might have a future here in looking into a Sears site, because as we are just talking about giving them a wake-up call, Like a Boss puts one into the net, telling them, hey, we're here, we're ready to play. So Hopefully they can keep that up. We can get a tied game. That'd be great.
Blue taking that that demo out, that revenge demo. Little mistake coming out of Barksdale A there. Looked like one of them was looking to dribble it.
Blue gets a great shot on net there. In that defending situation, that's one of the hardest ones to defend. Not only is it in the air, but you're backwards, so you can't really stop your momentum midair. You have to boost in the opposite direction, which can be very difficult.
Another shot on net by Mook, or yeah, Talent. Good lord. Uli being one of the newer subs for Barksdale B. Not really enough stats in games played yet. Another shot by Like a Boss, top left.
All right, I think it's safe to say that Like a Boss is not playing around this game. Found the gap in their defense. It looks like they actually had a little bit of a mix-up there in the save. Talent and Blue kind of hit each other there in the net.
Boss with the diamond banner.
We love to see it. All right, let's see if Barksdale B can keep pressure on Barksdale A's side here. Maybe get the 3-3 game.
So they mentioned the diamond banner, and I'm pretty sure that Like a Boss, when the season started, I think his highest was gold. So when we talk about improved players, not just like in the season, but overall, that just kind of goes to show that, you know, playing in the season for some of these people have actually, or some of these players, sorry, have actually kind of helped on the overall side of things as well.
Right, and going from gold all the way to diamond, in terms of skill, is essentially just like a light year's worth of difference, right? Because it's not static as far as skill goes in the ranks. So going from that is basically like playing high school basketball to being in Division A in college.
A bump coming out there by Blue. Uli was on track to put that on net, but that bump kind of helped take the pressure off a little bit for Barksdale A.
Talent goes for an open double tap on their net there, and then nice ones himself when he whiffs it. Always love that.
I'll give it to Barksdale A. They are the ones that they will call themselves out. So
yeah, and that's always good to see. Not taking yourself entirely too seriously. You know, just kind of having fun, because that's what this whole thing's about, is just having fun. So
absolutely, and then the bragging rights at the end of the season is just a goal to look for. Improvements to be made for the coming seasons, which we do have planned. This is the first season for Air Force Rocket League. 14 weeks in, come next week. The reason the season was so long this season was because it was the first of its kind. We kind of needed to get the feel of how it would work. So we polled the players and the teams and decided on a 15-week start. And that will more than likely drop for season 2. And as the clock winds down, Barksdale A is going to take it, not in the dominating fashion that we normally see, but with only a 2-goal lead.
Right, and I'm starting to wonder if Barksdale A is kind of just hanging back, having fun with this. I'm hoping that Barksdale B can take advantage of that weakness come game 2, and we can see a closer game here and potentially a win into game 3.
Whoa, wrong button. So waiting for the teams already up. Yeah, we'll go into the scoreboard with a total of 10 shots from Aviano, or I didn't change the names. 10 shots from Barksdale A. A total of 6 saves coming out from Barksdale B. Uli being that defensive powerhouse. The 2 goals coming from Like a Boss for Aviano A. Or, good lord, I can't even say my name's right.
From Barksdale B. Yeah, Like a Boss really took the striker position. And if you contrast this compared to our first match, you can see the scores are quite evened out on the losing side's team. So that gives good hope, as all team members were participating in a good fashion, and it wasn't just one member kind of popping off. So hopefully in this game 2 here, we can see Barksdale B not necessarily reset mentally, but bring a little bit more aggression to it and bring a little bit more out of Barksdale A, because we would love to see some crazy shots.
Absolutely. As we get into the second game of the best of three, let's see if Barksdale B has an answer. I don't feel that they might, because I think they just caught Barksdale A off guard on that first game. They were sleeping on him essentially.
And that right there, those first 6 seconds of the game, shows you how important a good kickoff is. Blue winning that kickoff in a dominating fashion, goes right to the left side wall. He's able to take it in, and then Tato's able to finish it up. Rocket League's a game of inches, so having a solid kickoff is pretty much crucial.
Absolutely. One thing that I still need to work on. I've been trying to learn the speed flip, and I'm at like 50% hit or miss on it. If I miss, it's completely horrible. But if I'm able to actually do it, it catches most people off guard. I'm also being instructed in the chat to take a look at the flags for the different teams. LT misses all of them, see? There you go. Just going back to the regular speed kickoff.
Yeah, and unfortunately right now, being this just this far into the game in a 3-0 situation, it looks like Barksdale A's maybe have woken up from that first game. They're really not taking any prisoners right now. Barksdale B wins the kickoff this time. Hopefully they can put this pressure on the net. Blue's putting it over to the corner, but we have quite a few defenders in the backfield for Barksdale B, able to clear it to the left side wall. Hopefully they can pop it to middle. Like a boss there to hit it to the left corner. Oh, got a shot on net. Unfortunately misses it. Goes back to Barksdale A's possession. Eli looks going for a dribble play here on Barksdale A's net. Tato there to defend it. Got Talent going up the wall. Talent in the air is very scary, but it looks like that ball just gets away from him. A lot of people going up.
That's going to be a shot. Oh. Almost the save by Like a Boss, just not able to wrap it around in time. Definitely a good attempt on his part.
Yeah, that was almost a crazy save. With both those defenders rushing back to net, that is pretty much the worst case scenario in a defensive position. Talent winning the kickoff in a discerning manner, but unfortunately, Barksdale be there for the clear.
Eli with a nice read there off the top of Blue's car.
Looks like
Fuzz getting kind of backwards. Blue's going to pop it up. Fuzz already up in the air. So out of the two Barksdale B side, Fuzz and Eli are more of the aerial prone players on Barksdale side. Like a Boss tending to stay grounded, but will go up for it when he needs to. What a save coming out of Eli.
Able to block a shot from two attackers at the same time after a passing play. Incredible save.
A center, Like a Boss coming in.
We got
the team's having fun in quick chat.
Friendly quick chat going on. Thankfully, they're both brother teams, so a little bit of brotherly banter going on.
Like a Boss going up for that. Fuzz trying to get there. He's not going to make it. It gives Blue some time. But Like a Boss is going to get in the way. A dribble attempt by Like a Boss. Is that going to... And it's going to go in after the demo.
Like a Boss saying, don't forget about me with this score right here. We're still in the game. We still have a chance.
It was the bump by Blue that knocked Like a Boss into that, what he was already trying to go for, and the demo coming out by Talent, who just straight up whiffed the ball. That's right, I said it, Talent. You whiffed.
He's going to be seething about this for days. All right, let's see if Talent can answer back. Unfortunately, hits the crossbar on that. Tries to back pass it, but Blue accidentally comes up there, leaving the ball on their side of the half, and no one to clear it. We see a lot of people chasing each other around on the field. I think Barksdale B is getting a little sick of the demos going on right now. Got a nice demo from Fuzz on Barstool A side, leaving an open net. Talent's there to clear it though, and he gets another demo.
All the demos coming out.
Yeah, this is turning into a dogfight right now. It looks like Talent is not playing the ball anymore and more so playing the enemy team, which I guess if you're up by 3 goals, you kind of have that as your prerogative.
So, I think they may just be going for the demolitioner at this point.
This is getting quite hard to commentate. But, I'm not sure if we're playing Rocket League anymore. All right, looks like Talent's finally going to take an aerial shot here. Maybe he gets a reset, but looks like he's just going for a juggle. Went for a
what
juggle
a save
demo.
coming out by Boss.
Yeah, I think Boss is actually still playing Rocket League. So we got that going for us. Blues going to a passing play for a pinch. Pinch, unfortunately, goes straight up with Fuzz able to clear it to Blues side's net. This is safe to say the most demos we've ever seen in our matches yet.
A lot of these guys do play together. We added a 6-man bot to the server. Blue putting another shot on that, taking them up 4. Game 2. 30 seconds left. I don't see him coming back. But they've a couple times put that 6-man bot together. Gives the option, like, it gives all the players a chance to kind of play with each other and see what it's like playing with the other teams.
Like a Boss getting a kickoff goal here. Like a Boss going for his 2 goals again. Looks like Talent actually just doesn't go for the ball. So that's a questionable decision from Barcel A. Let's see if it comes back to bite him. With 30 seconds, not probable, but it is possible. Faking kickoffs yet again, going over to Blue side's net. Blue there with 2, 3, 4 on the wall. Looks like Fuzz is there to receive it. And I think, did Barksdale A just put that in on their own net?
Yep. They're just having a good time now.
Yeah, it seems they kind of devolved into just a friendly match here, which is fun to see.
I mean, Fuzz did go up for that block, but
Yeah, Fuzz
I don't know if
shot.
they just tried to push it straight up over the net or if they did, in fact. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna go for a tie game here. Maybe let Barksdale B win this and go for a best of 3. Yeah, they have Noam for kickoff again. So PayPal's 20. Okay. Well, they got 2 seconds to score. And it's going to go over to Barksdale A. Fortunately, we're not going to be seeing a best of 3 situation.
All right, so that'll be 2 games to Barksdale A. Was that it? Towards the end? I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know how to feel about that one. But give us a second, and we're gonna set up and see if we can stream that last game. Nope, our other sub hasn't responded. Okay, so that looks like that may be it for today. Unfortunately, one of the teams was having issues with Psyonix and Rocket League, and they are not able to get it working in time.
Is Langley able to play?
No, Langley can't fill because one of their teammates can't not. They can't get Rocket League to work.
Right. I know we had 2 teams have problems today. I was hoping maybe Minot could play one of the other teams that was going to face that had the problems, but
unfortunately, I think that'll be it. Dias was supposed to play today against Minot and Langley for the makeup games. They were a forfeit as nobody showed up. There was no roster, nobody reached out. So Dias is going to forfeit those 2 games. Next week, we have last set of games for the group stage, and then we'll be going into the finals. So stay tuned for that. As it stands right now, let's see. We've got Barksdale A is top seed, followed by Maxwell. And then we are at Minot coming in third. Our very own Big Whiskey coming in third. Aviano A falls in behind them. Dias falls in underneath that, followed by Langley, and then Aviano B. And then Barksdale B. So, as we're seeing it, that's probably how the bracket's going to work itself out for the finals. But it'll be the finals where it really counts. So, this is LT, Big Whiskey. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. Unfortunately, stuff happens. And with the change in how Rocket League has done, I mean, I'm sure we've all seen it. So, unfortunately, hopefully they'll get their stuff squared away here soon. Servers wise and all that stuff. Thank you for all the follows, all the bits that were being dropped. Blue, we appreciate you. Until then, stay tuned for next week, and we will catch you guys next Sunday at 1300 Central. Take care.
You all have a good one.